Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Man on George Page, aka the Emperor of WMA Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. It's new last night. They had Bellator had their big main event, which was Bellator 271, which was the main event was the title fight between Chris Cyborg and Sinead K.O. Kavanaugh. Now, there were two. Other than that, there was another fight was on that card, which was in 145, was Angerfist Arlene Blencowe versus Pam Bam Sorenson. And I was looking around and no one really talked much about this fight. And you know how I do my videos. I use slides. I try to get some video footage. I don't do I get some picture footage. I don't do video because I don't have I can't most times they won't let you do videos because once you put videos a copyright strike. But I couldn't find no pictures from the fight, and it's just like kind of wow. I could find pictures for Cyborg and Veteran Raiders fights, but because they're the big stars, they get attention. But these ladies need to be recognized because these are legends, veterans in the sport of MMA, and you know what? I think they should get the same respect, and especially since they were fighting the main card. You got to remember, Valerie's on the prelims, and these two was on the main card. I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, I watched the fight. It was a pretty good fight between two tough veterans. I mean, Arlene, as you know, she is a former boxer, and she fights out of the evil Jackson Winkle John gym. Oh my God! But it's some people say it's a decent gym. I don't see how, but and Pam, as you remember, is originally was before she came to Bellator was the Invictus 145 champion. And this was a good fight. I mean, but I think the thing was that Arlene really put the hammer on Pam. I think Arlene just has a better stand up, and her striking was just strong. Pam took some good hits. I'm honestly say Pam took some good hits. A couple of times what she did was what I'm learning from a lot of these guys I follow, like Combo Breaker 99 coach WMA addict, is like she changed levels. Pam did. When the point when the striking got a lot difficult for her, what she did was she took Arlene and held her up, and to keep from hitting her anymore. And he tangled her with a what how to call it underhooks. So I'm really learning, and I'm telling you, just Pam threw a few good strikes here and there, but Arlene was just hitting her with hammers. I mean, she was, woo, a couple of times I was certain that most definitely I thought Arlene was going to drop Pam, but like I said, Pam one point when Arlene got Pam against the cage, she was hitting pretty hard. And what Pam did was she dropped down, grabbed by the waist, and switched and put against the cage. And that was a way to try to save off some of the use of punishment. And at one point, I think around about towards the second round, in the middle of the second round, Arlene hit Pam really hard where she got her just she cut her. She was bleeding from her side of her right side of her face. And she hits Arlene. Arlene hits Pam with I think an overhand right. By the looks of it. And Pam had a big old, knot over her eye, and it was a tough fight. But the winner went to was Arlene Blencowe. You know, Pam Sorenson, this was like her second fight with Bellator, and it wasn't her best fight. I mean, I follow her on social media, and she said that she had a game plan, but it didn't work out, and and just and the thing is about when you have a game plan in a fight, sometimes stuff happens, and you don't always follow the game plan. You just try to survive. And I'm a fan of Pam Bam Sorenson. I follow her on social media. I think she's a great fighter. Maybe like I said, next time maybe a better opportunity. But now she's dropped down a little bit. This fight was probably a step up for her, maybe to get a title shot, maybe a couple more fights down the road. Then she got a shot at Chris Cyborg. But now I think it's going to push her back a little bit. She might need to hit like a 3-fight winning streak before they ever let her get a shot at Cyborg. So, let's just hope that, if Pam gets the right opponents and she can hit that winning streak, she get a shot at the title. Congratulations to Arlene Blencowe. This was a good fight for her, and from what I was hearing, she was ready to go back home. She's a mother with kids. She hasn't seen the kids in 6 months, and and if you're any kind of mother, you want to spend time with your children. And she was in Australia. Australia had a heavy restrictions. She couldn't go back because of whatever. You had to have some notes or whatever. But now I think with travel restrictions have lifted, between the United States and I think Australia's a little bit easing up some. So Pam gets to go, I'm sorry, Arlene gets to go back home, spend time with her kids and her family. So congratulations to her. And as you know, she fought Cyborg, but I don't think people want to see her fight Cyborg again. There'd be no point for a second fight. There's always a debate. Her first fight with Julia Budd for the title, people truly believe that she won that fight. But you know how it is. You go with the most popular word. I think with the first second fight where it's I mean you watch that fight when I get a chance to. But like I said, this was a good fight between these two ladies, both are veterans. I wish more people talked about it. I wish there was more footage from it. Because you know how I do my slides. I use pictures from the fights. And this one I couldn't find any. That's the reason why I didn't came up with do it so late because I was doing some other stuff this afternoon. I just came back home and then I was finishing some other stuff I was working on. But I was looking on you know on social media and no one else really talked about it. So I want to talk about this fight and I want to give respect to both Arlene Blencowe, the Angerfist, and Pam Bam Sorenson. It's man always George Page, aka the Emperor of WMA Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.